I just skipped the intro by accident. Whoops. Ah, well. Back to loading we go. Where we last left off. I actually don't remember the exact last thing we did, but I vaguely remember us failing to do the endless difficulty because I apparently misjudged how much damage I need to pull off. Yes, it is a wonderful fan art that has been gracing us for the past couple of streams. I'll need to move around some of the other GIFs as well, just because those GIFs in question are basically ancient at this point. We have moved on since XCOM 1, and XCOM 2 has replaced it in terror and stupidity, although I don't remember anything particularly stupid that happened. That I still have the footage for. Well, I technically have the footage for all of them, I would just have to cut out a very specific instance.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
I already spent the free upgrade last time, because I was making a team if I remember correctly. Right? Did I spend the free upgrade? I did. It was on the Flagellant. I remember now. I remember! Hallelujah, Danvers. You are now a champion, and I wanted to go do more of those end-level things. But I really need to actually set up a semi-decent team. And so far, it was shown to me that Harvest and Slice Off are actually probably a lot better of skills if I wanted to do some of the Endless mission. Right, Waka is nowhere near where he needs to be. You're welcome, Fluffy. The Viscount invites us to dinner. I'd like to go deal with the Viscount. But I also want to do the Endless and get a decent harvest together. God, I want to eat this pizza, yet at the same time I don't want to disgust all my viewers by me eating on stream, so I guess it'll just sit there taunting me for like the next 2 hours. Why did I do this to myself? What do I want to do? It is very hard. But you know what? I'm going to start building a team. I want to try it again. No turning into abominations. No. Bad. No abominations. Except if you're an actual abomination, in which case, well, that just makes sense. There's the thing from the stars, but I don't know what the thing from the stars does. Right, I have Silence in the Crypts. There's so many things I can do. I should get rid of the high infestation. I should actually try to kill the Viscount again. I don't think I can, because I need stress healing and I need regular healing, just because stress doesn't restore after an endless run. So I need a Jester. Right, I could just take Mamnamont. And instead of Finale, you take Slice Off, because I think Slice Off is actually fully leveled. So we'll take Mamnamont instead. Daryl is crazy. But then again, when is Daryl not crazy? I don't think I want to deal with the blood. Defense can work, so we'll probably toss in defense. I don't have a decent healer. All my healers in the champion level are dead, actually. Do you have a healer I can take? You do have a mercenary occultist. You know what? We can take you because your negatives aren't actually terrible.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
So you'll be shoved in the back row for healing. Inglorious bastards. Excellent. You've got about the skills I would take, except Hands from the Abyss isn't good. Abyssal Artillery is better. Weakening Curse isn't that great versus Demon's Pull, especially here. So we have Stress Healing, we've got Regular Healing, we have Protection / Retribution. But I also need, like, AoE, and I kind of don't... Did they rework how Breakthrough works? Just because AoE wasn't that great beforehand. Okay. The debuff isn't as bad anymore. Because the debuff used to be horrible. So you know what? We can do this. The Mad Gamble. Nah, we'll take this setup. Alright. Everyone, de-equip all trinkets. I also probably should have like made mention of this is for YouTube because none of this stuff will go up on YouTube before that point. But you know what? I think I'm fine with doing all the setup. Sort by level, get everyone to where they're supposed to be. I should get rid of the other shard mercenaries. Because you guys are just mercenaries. Refracted? Yeah. Yeah, you can take a hike. We don't need you.
The task ahead is terrible, and weakness cannot be tolerated.
Alright, Hawville, why are you slow? We got Lazia, which is terrible. Torn Rotator, which is awful. Why are you slow? Disease? Wait, you have a disease? Oh, Crimson Curse. Right, okay, that's fine. We can fix that fairly quickly. Torchlight doesn't matter at all while in that zone, so what I need to do is give you something that makes you hit really hard. Brawler's Gloves is decent. You won't be critting, but you'll be hitting... You'll be doing the damage that we kind of need you to do. And... do I have something that gives speed and damage? Well, yes, but for ranged, but we don't use ranged. You're gonna be annoying. You're gonna be a nuisance, I can already tell. Berserk Charm. It dumps your accuracy down, but hey, it gives speed plus damage. You don't get Virtue Chance, which kind of technically you're supposed to get when you're going into that area, but I'm gonna guess it'll work. Ancestor's Candle's not good. We can give the Berserk Charm for you. What does the Tough Ring do? Drops stress. It also increases stress. Why does defensiveness increase stress? I don't understand. It also drops the chance. So we're going to take Ancestor's Coat. You already have a baseline protection stat. Upping it any harder probably isn't a good idea. Any higher, I should say. So we'll give you the Aria box so you'll remain mostly stress-free. Nah, we'll make it so the Overture box so you can dodge a bit more often. You actually don't have a lot of negative traits. You've got lots of positive ones. That's great. I'll need to upgrade you. Where's the Bright Tambourine? Plus 20% stress healed from stress skills. Tyrant's Fingerbone is funny, but no thank you. So tempted. It's all melee, right? Yeah, this is all melee. We have no real ranged skill that matters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the critical dice, giving him a ridiculously high crit chance. He's got lots of protection stuff. So, no. Yes. We're also going to see his stats after I do some upgrades to Mamnamont. It's too expensive. I can deal with the negative traits, but it costs me a little bit too much. So, Mamnamont, our friendly jester, you're going to level up this skill. You're going to level up this skill. You're going to level up your 2 melee skills, so that they deal a ridiculous amount of damage. Harriet, you don't need anything. You don't need anything. You don't need anything of the skills you have equipped. Just because if it bleeds is a good skill. Alright. Everyone's mostly equipped. The only one we don't have equipped is Bercy. Bercy, we're going to grant you Junia's Head for ludicrous healing. And you know what? Prophet's Eye, because the Prophet's Eye, just the speed, accuracy, and the stress reduction tends to outdo everything else, since you're supposed to be in the back. Supposed to be. We do lack stuns, but I think this party should be able to handle what shows up in the farmstead. Let's provision. Oh, right, before we do provisions. For YouTube, salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play the Darkest Dungeon. I'm your host, BrainBoy20, and where we last left off, we did a few more missions. So basically, we're just trying to prepare and launch as many endless runs, because we're trying to get... I know about the district currencies thing. We're trying to grab the mill, so we don't have to suffer from random hunger checks. But memories are kind of hard to come by, because we have to do the endless mode. And I kind of misjudged how strong the endless mode would be last time we played. So now, we're going to go out into the endless mode again, with this little party we've constructed. It's higher damage than I normally use. And we're going to go with a more aggressive jester than I normally use, and just see how this turns out. Sorry, Wakalicious, we can't bring you out just yet, just because you have basically nothing to work with. And the only reason I'm trying to do the farmstead is because we can also continue, maybe get to the point where we could survive off of the 5% gold. Maybe we can use the cure? Perhaps it's time to use the cure on you, Hawville, to make things a little bit easier. Because the blood causes lots of stress, even with the humongous damage buff he'll take. We'll do the 3. There is a point to take a lot of food, because I've done a little bit of research. We don't need shovels. Holy water can be nice. Laudanum is a necessity. I will take all of it. Aegis Scale is interesting, but no thank you. And Anti-Venom will take an entire stock of Anti-Venom. I would love to hold on to the shards, because they can do ridiculous things, but I personally don't know enough about them, and I also want to use my shards for something else. So, I'll toss in some extra food, because endless mode is actually fairly high in endlessness, and endless. What are your campfire skills? And there are ways to get campfires, but it depends on random chance, much like everything else in this freaking area. Let's go! And I'm going to take a small bite of this pizza. I'm hungry, I've been streaming, sue me. I have muted myself, just because I'm chewing food. That is in fact completely true. I do not have to deal with 3 hunger events per room. In fact, I don't have to deal with any hunger events at all. The food is purely there for healing. And campfire. You're no longer wasting. Don't know why you were wasting in the first place. Just being here, you get less max health, but you get a bit of a speed boost, and the speed boost is going to be imperative for what we're doing next. Oh, baby. I could Demon's Pull the horse, because the horse I really want to hit kind of now. But instead I'm going to mark him, and drop his dodge to hopefully nothing. Harvest, you'd get struck back by the reality bend, which, that's kind of painful. Why are you at a negative? This counts as high torchlight to you? Alright, well it's nice to know this counts as high torchlight. This strategy is imperative on just trying to do crits, so you know what we're going to do? We're just going to start off with a battle ballad. There's no reason for you to really attack anything. You, on the other hand. Let's try it.
decimated.
Perfect. One horsey boy, dead and gone. Harriet doesn't really need to be very, very tanky. Just need him to start actually connecting. And here... Oh, we missed the blight. Perfect. Nothing else shows up in particular, so what we're going to do is we're going to vulnerability X the farmhand.
Masterfully executed.
Which drops our stress. And we're going to wicked hack. Who don't want to wicked hack? Farmhand.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I could slice off, but I'm just going to focus on battle balloting. He's focused on buffing right now. We'll eventually get more enemies where it'll be pointful later.
Press
But until then,
disadvantage.
we're good
Give
with
them
what
no
we got.
quarter.
Yeah, these farmhands aren't too horrible to deal with. If I had better wave clear, probably would go a little bit better, but it's what I do.
A devastating blow.
That's beautiful.
Well struck.
I was hopeful I could kill you. If we could focus fire? Or if we could get them to focus fire on Harriet. Marking usually doesn't do anything, but if we could get them to focus fire on Harriet, that'd be perfect. Ah, so they're gonna heal themselves.
As the fiend falls,
Oh, that didn't do
faint
anything to you.
hope blossoms.
Neat. Alright, that's gonna cause some blight. Or not, it's gonna be resisted.
Continue
It's
the
another one dead,
onslaught.
meaning no blight. Interesting.
Destroy them.
Crystalline aberrations. What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna harvest again, just
Their
because the great
formation
harvest
is
has been
broken.
working perfectly.
Maintain the offensive.
And we're just gonna slowly kill off these aberrations one by one.
Back to the pit.
Yep, that's what this setup is supposed to do, hopefully. You can't dodge, so we're just gonna
Decisive
focus our
pummeling.
pummeling on the farmhand.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Now, the Battle Ballad buff is gonna drop down soon. It's kind of what I don't want to deal with.
Impressive.
Jesus. I knew our crits were high, but this is ridiculous. Okay, finally, it didn't crit for once. You know what? We'll just continue harvesting, because so far the harvesting has been working out perfectly. Oh, the farmhand's dead. That's about all I can really ask for. And that's a nice dodge. Now, the ceaseless labor is a hit, but it's somewhat
The
reduced.
slow
The damage
death.
is somewhat reduced.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Yeah, let's kill the horse.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Percy, what the heck? There's something called that's a tad extreme, Percy.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Anyway, the sleeper should show up soon, meaning that we're going to immediately wake up in the farmstead somewhere beyond time and space.
At last, some sheltered corner of reality.
Trying to silently eat, but it's not going to work. You're the most injured. You're the one that's supposed to take hits. You take the fresh harvest. It heals you one person to full. That's all it does. Nothing fancy. Oh, baby, there's a foreman. Mr. Jester, yes. Hit me a foreman. Fair enough. Good night, Fluffy. May I see you later on the interwebs at some point. We knew the Retribution Strike was going to come either way. Now's the time when we start working on Battle Ballad. If we can keep the Battle Ballad going, we might be able to pull something off. And I know these guys are going to start trying to hit you, so I'm going to get our defenses rolling. Or at least, I knew some people were going to start getting smacked, so I wanted to get those protections up and running. No trespassers. That's a bleed, mark, and a stun. And a stress debuff. Please kill. No. Too bad you can't. We could slice off you, but I guess at this point just continuing our buffs is probably in our best interest. Okay, I could try to kill the foreman, or I could heal you up, because you're marked. Offing the foreman, however, seems like a brilliant idea, just because it would be less incoming damage. Should have taken the foreman, apparently. We're gonna go for a retribution strike, just because I want the retribution strike and at least another mark to be off so they don't all target the same person. Thank goodness it's starting to work. Hallville's gonna be on Death's Door, but Death's Door is apparently very common here. And that's a dead foreman.
Singular strike.
And you're injured, you're blighted. You'll be put on Death's Door if you go first. Okay, you're not going first. It's a harvest.
The ground
that
quakes.
kills you in the back. Don't zero. Thank goodness. That is an awful pun, sir, and you should feel ashamed. Hit the farmhand? No. Just clear the two effects off of you. Heal yourself up a little bit and just, like, get the two effects. Just get rid of the two effects. You still got the protection, you still got the mark. So I guess we'll smack the farmhand in the back and continue to try to injure it severely. Oh, I never heard this soundtrack before. You'll die in 2 turns, it's just you're gonna hit us first. Crit would have been beautiful. Too bad we seem to be fresh out of them. We're gonna set the battle ballad back up again, considering we're going to need to outspeed these guys.
Quickens.
You've got the riposte going for one more round. At least get rid of a farmhand. Now that's a buff? Okay, it's not the thing that actually changes. You don't have it anymore? That's disappointing. It's 20 points of damage, ultimately. Drat. Okay, there we go. The foreman's down. I'm sick and tired of encountering it repeat endlessly. Keep yourself up and running. Could I? I could theoretically harvest you.
Executed with impunity.
Amazing work, Jester. It's exactly what we're looking for. And we're going to Retribution Strike you, just because we're not going to be able to kill you off otherwise. And it leaves you marked, so hopefully they attack you instead of everybody else, like they seem to love doing. There we go. And another horse. We could harvest again, but I'm gonna go with a battle ballad to keep it at least 2 buffs. As long as we can kill something each turn, I'm okay with whatever setup we have going. Hero damage -1. The paw to the ground, that's what I was afraid of, because he's now gonna do the thing that shifts everybody around. Oh well. Keep our defenses high. Hallville's gonna get stressed because they're gonna keep trying to sow the seeds on Hallville for whatever reason. There we go. Another one down.
Power.
I think Jester's AoE does not qualify. Well, that sucks. I guess we'll take our turn to just buff up and be ready. I would love to stun, but I guess that's just not happening. Yeah, we'll get
annihilated.
We're gonna be moved around. It's all but guaranteed. Who's got the lowest objective health? You do, because you get hit all the time. Alright, here comes Trample. It's gonna shift everybody around. Okay, it doesn't shift them around too much. He can spend a turn backing up. Another horse. Well, I mean, another battle ballad should go off and get everybody sped up.
To perform beyond one's limits.
I could try to kill this horse. How much health does it have? It's at 8. This is at 36. We can start dealing with the one in the back. You are going to back up. Because since that puts you in the back, you get hit. You get the return strike.
Cursed champion falls.
And I would love to hit the corpse. And now you're going to paw the ground. You don't have a defense up for the following turn, so let's get your defense rolling. Alright, Seeds of Madness occur. We'll hit the one in the exact front.
Another one falls.
At least hitting the crystalline aberrations heals people. De-stress. Yeah, you got a 60% debuff, defense buff. You should be fine. You can start working on your own health. And you're going to kill the aberration.
Be gone, fiend.
Here comes a trample, which hits everybody. Wow, they're just doing nothing but horses. Like, I would be a lot angrier. I guess it's fine. You know, we're gonna harvest you two. Does that guarantee your death? No, it doesn't. That's sad. This'll guarantee the horse in the back's death. The horse in the front, on the other hand, is going to live, but we can deal with it on our own.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
How many crystals? Just 2? Just 2. We'll try to do a heal on the big man, and everyone else will just focus on trying to kill the aberrations. Ringing of the crystals. Oh, Jesus. Didn't realize you could heal that much. And the aberration is down. Sleeper's Herald. I need to kill one of you guys, and then the following turn I'd be okay. So I'm going to start off by trying to off you. He can do his reality warping shenanigans. These guys technically deal a lot more. Oh no. It begins. And you're at barely enough to survive. We're gonna at least hope for a retribution. You'll kill one farmhand, and then maybe, just maybe, it'll kill a bunch of others if they all go after Harriet. Admittedly, we don't need to focus that much on killing. We just need to get them to the point where we can get out of this place. Blight don't succeed. It succeeds. Okay, it's not a crit, so it's not nearly as much as I would care about otherwise. And then the Dreaming Sleeper should show up? It doesn't. Okay. You're faster. Well... Harvesting is never bad.
Inspiration and improvement.
I should try to heal you. This technically works better at saving your life, though. And then we'll hit the slip. I'm having a stroke, apparently. We'll hit the Sleeper's Herald and restore ourselves. And now the Sleeper's Dream continues.
The instruments pause, but the symphony will soon continue.
Well, we got the full heal. That I can't complain about. We haven't encountered many horrors yet. I'll use one anti-venom on you just to make it so you don't take a ton. I don't care about our tank taking a ton because our tank is supposed to take the hits anyway. I think this increases stress. Oh yeah. If we had blight skills, it would improve significantly, but unfortunately that isn't the
Forever in the
case.
sparkling void.
Oh, no. You are going to be a problem, I can already tell. I want to get rid of the Swine Thunderer before you start doing Drums of Doom or anything similar. Well, here we go. Marked targets. It's been a long time since I've dealt with you. Yeah, let's just try to finish them both off. You resist the play. Oh my goodness, why do you do this to me? Can I get you to go a little bit faster, Harriet? Please?
How quickly the tide turns.
Just a little bit? Be appreciated. Retribution strike, get rid of the Thunderer. It might turn into a crystal that I can oh my goodness, why? Okay. Turns into a Seed of Madness. Gotta heal yourself. I can't hit you, even if I wanted to. So, I mean, I guess we'll oh wait. Well, Iron Swan, the Skiver, Skyver. That's twin dodges. You boys need anti-venom. And it wouldn't kill the crystal. Yeah, it definitely does not kill the crystal. Alright. Hook where it hurt. Finishes off the thing in the back. Let's prevent the explosion from happening. And I can accept the other hit going off on Mamnamot. Maminot. Satiable Ghoul. I want to do something other than deal with these people, but I guess I just don't have that option right now. At least you have Retribution going for only one more turn. Alright, well, none of your hits can actually do anything important, so let's start getting the buffs rolling out. Guard him. Prevent him from taking another hit uselessly. Yeah. What did I expect? You are still alive. I'm sorry, I would heal you, but this is just too important to try to pull off. Thank you. Let's get a Retribution going, because I know you're going to start howling. That's what you always resort to. We can start the ballads. Butcher's Cut happens, but it's protected, and Retribution. Oh, it's a Skull Toss. Well, it's stressful. That I can't deny. And you get stunned. Kid, really? Gotta target you. I'd rather do anything different, but I guess that's what's happening today. You've still got plenty of health. Let's get a heal off on our Jester since we've got the time. Now you're going to be a poultice getting stunned. And here comes the stress.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze.
Anything else right about now? It's the marking that bugs me more than anything else. I want to deal with the ghoul. Maybe we can deal enough damage. It's not too much stress where it's impossible to deal with. And here comes the other stress effect. You aren't dead yet. I find that hard to believe. You get your protection back up on the person who's wounded. And hopefully people start trying to target the actual person they're supposed to be targeting. Instead of Burry, who's going to get stunned. No, he doesn't. Surprising. You don't have your Retribution strike going. going to have to heal. We have to heal. And, of course, your healing is terrible. I know I shouldn't rely on mercenaries. Get rid of the Thunderer. We have to leave the ghoul alive. We'll keep our crits rolling, and... do I want to keep the protection up? Or do I want to do the marking? No, I want to start trying to... I want to get rid of the ghoul. The ghoul has had enough time. Please, target anybody else. Here comes the howl, which is going to cause even more stress.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace
Who has
of
the
dread.
worries? Game, you are just being straight evil right now. Now, who has the worries? Jester? Okay, it's the Jester who has the least amount of stress. The thing is, I don't think I can hit the Crystalline Aberration with anyone but Hawville. So I need to keep doing that. And because I need to keep doing that, I'm going to keep having these problems. Is your... yeah, we'll just keep the debuff going. We'll keep the buff going. God, I could take the finale, and maybe if I encounter something big, I can actually make use of it. Please kill the ghoul. One off. You could have done anything more than 1 point of
Festering
damage.
fear consumes the mind.
And a crit. And a witch, because we just need that much more
Injury and
stress.
despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice. Eradicated.
Thank goodness. Just a little bit less stress would be appreciated. Your healing is so minimal it hurts. Get their stress down. One hit on the ghoul is all I'm asking for.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
And Bercy is stunned again. Well, at least we have a decent chance to heal twice. Oh, has your healing dropped that much? Oh yes, your healing has dropped a ton. We'll continue to try to fix our stress problems. Your healing is at least not in the negative, so you can get the crystal healing at least. Ball and chain on the highest health person, which is fine. But it moves you to the back. Beyond time and space.
Safe from the comet's maddening light. For now.
Hello, Mildred. I don't know what I could possibly give you.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Huh. Less damage taken from the Miller. Blight resists speed and damage versus the Miller. That's just good enough by itself.